Welcome back to math. Today, Module 4, Lessons 7 and 8. I'm going to combine them both, so we got to get going. How do I do a third of 18? Well, it says do it with a tape diagram. I like to use a stacked tape diagram. That means I'm going to put my 18 up here because that's my kind of like my total. And then I'm going to say, okay, I've got to cut it into what? How many pieces am I going to have to cut it up into? Thirds, right? My question that I have is 3 times what is going to equal 18? Nice work. You guys said 6, right? So there's a 6 in each box. So what is a third of 18? It would be what's in this box right here, and it would be 6. The other way we could do it is we could say, okay, we have a third times 18, and I'm just going to go like this and put an equal sign here. This would be 18 over 3, because my units stay the same. So then I could actually do it like this, put my 18 in the box, 3 on the outside. How many 3's are in 1? 0. How many 3's are in 18? You're going to say 6, because 3 times 6 is 18. And there's our 0. So we got it right. Okay? What if I had changed? I'm going to change this problem slightly. Go ahead and pause if you need to. What if I said, what's 2/3 of 18? Then I'd be talking about these two boxes right here. So what's 2/3 of 18? 6 plus 6 would be 12. So it would be 12. Do you see how easy that is to do when we're doing these kinds of problems? Or lesson 7. All right, let's try this one. What's 3/4 of 24? What number are we going to put in the top box? We're going to put 24, right. How many pieces are we going to cut our box up into? Well, we're going to cut it up into fourths, right? So my question is what? 4 times blank equals 24. What do you think that would be? If you said 6, nice job. So a 6 will go in each box like this. How much are we looking for of these fourths? We're looking for 3/4 of them. So we're looking for this amount, right? So 6 plus 6 is 12, plus 6 is 18. So our answer would be 18. Isn't that easy? Just keep doing it with the stack tape diagram. You should be good to go. Let's move on to lesson 8. All right, you're going to see this problem on page 33. It says 6 times 2/3, and then it gives you this bracket with a 4. I really don't like that, so I'm going to get rid of it. I'm going to put my 4 in the box here, okay? Okay, I've got my 6 times 2/3. I like my 4 in a box, so I'm going to cut this into, okay, I've got my 4. This 6, I'm going to cut it up into the boxes, right? So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got 6 boxes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's what my 6 is. And then what am I going to put in each box? Well, I'm going to put 2/3 in each box. See? 6 is my boxes, my number of boxes, and the 2/3 is the number that goes in each box, or in this case, a fraction. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. All right, so what am I going to end up with? Well, if I add 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, I'm going to have 12. And what's my bottom unit? What's my unit number? 3. So 12 divided by 3, or 3 times what equals 12? It is 4. That's our answer, isn't it? That we started with. So sometimes they're going to give you the answer to the problem, and they're going to say, hey, they're going to cut it up into 6 pieces, you know, and there's 2/3 in each piece. How much is it? Well, it's 12/3, and that would equal your 4. I hope that that's helpful. Now, what if they have, rather than the big number here, what if they have the fraction, this one? Okay, you have your fraction to begin with and your big number here. Well, we're going to put our big number in the box, and then we're going to cut it up into thirds. Now this is going to be really weird, but we're going to put a 15 over 3, 15 over 3, and a 15 over 3. We're going to put our big number, and we cut it into thirds, so we're going to put it into thirds. And it says, what are 2/3 of those? So we're asking, what is this amount right here? That's why I have this box here. We're going to add these together, right? So if I have 30 threes, right? So 3 times what is going to be 30, or I could do it with 30 on the inside, 3 on the outside. Whatever way you want to is fine. How many threes are in 3? There's 1. 3 times 1 is 3. We do the sister subtract, gives us 0, and we bring our 0 up, and it makes 10, right? Okay, or we could say 3 times 10 is 30. So what is 2/3 of 15? It is 10, right? Isn't that wild the way we can do that? What if we have 8 times a half? Okay, all right. So we can say, well, on the top of our box we have an 8, and in the bottom we are going to cut it in half, right? So we're going to put an 8 over a half, 8 over a half, and we're just looking for how much? We're only really looking for this one box, right? We're just looking for this. So we could say, all right, 2 times what is 8, or we could put it, the top number goes on the inside of the house, 2 goes on the outside. 2 times what equals 8? 4. Put our 4 here. 8, sister subtract 0. So what's our answer? 2 1/2? That would be 4. That would be our answer. Isn't that a wild way to do it? Those are the 2 ways they want you to do these kinds of problems. Okay, let me do one more problem with you, which is 2/3 times a 4th. 2/3 times a 4th. How could I do that? Well, I could say I've got this. How many of these am I going to make? I'm going to make 4 of them. How many does that make? 2, 4, 6, 8. We have 8 over 3. We put the 8 in the house, the 3 on the outside. How many 3s are in 8? Well, 3 times what is close? 3 times 2, right? So 3 times 2 is 6. Leaves us with 2. So our answer is 2 and 2/3, right? We could also do it this way. We have our 2 here, our 3 here, times 4, right? So I could go, okay, I'm going to run this straight across. 2 times 4 equals 8, and our 3 on the bottom, right? We could do it like that. So then we would go ahead and we would do our division just the same way. The top number goes on the inside. This would be 2, 6. So that would be 2 and 2/3. Okay, so that would be the algorithm for this particular lesson. I hope that this was helpful to you. Pause it, watch it again, do whatever you need to do. I love math.